What if I told you that you could actively shift your role in your own manifestation process from one that's very passive to one that's very active? And in doing that, you make the whole journey a lot more fun and you become way more successful in your manifesting. That's what we're going to talk about today, becoming the emotional leader in the connection. Welcome, fellow Voyagers. Jess here with Odyssey Human, here today to help you hack through the jungles of consciousness so you can discover the hidden treasures inside of you. My friends, is all there ready and waiting to be activated by you, through you, and for you. If that sounds good, please subscribe. We'd love to have you join us on the channel. And who am I? My name is Jess. I am a manifestation coach and a neuro-linguistic programming master practitioner, which means that I'm a personal trainer for your mind. I want to help you get to where you want to go with easy, practical steps. So if you're interested in doing coaching with me, details are in the description box below. And as always, there's a free tool in the description box for you to use if you want to reprogram your mind and start at the beginning, get emotional mastery under your belt. So go ahead and grab that too. That's always free in every video. All right, now that we've got housekeeping out of the way, so many of us in our manifestation process take a very passive role. We're sitting in the passenger seat, kind of letting the process drive us, drive our reactions, drive how we're feeling, drive whether or not we're gauging our success. When what we need to do, what is good to do, what is helpful to do, if you've been at this a while and you're just not getting to where you want to go, time for you to move into the driver's seat, friend, literally and figuratively. Become the emotional leader in the connection, in the relationship, in the situation. What does this actually look like? So many of us are used to rehearsing pain. We rehearse pain all day long. We simulate pain. We think about things not working out for us. We think about worst case scenario, right? We are good at practicing pain and disempowerment and disappointment. We just see things not working out. And it's such a habit for us that when our manifestations turn out like that, we're like, oh, well, of course, we expected it, it becomes it, and then we say, oh, well, yeah, I'm just being realistic. And then we talk about it and describe it and say, why isn't anything changing? Nothing to change but self. Remember, self is the cause, 3D is the effect. So instead of rehearsing pain and practicing pain and being really good at pain, disappointment, worst case scenario, they don't love me, I don't have the money. Instead of practicing that, we're going to start to rehearse power, rehearse best case scenario, rehearse all the good stuff happening to us. Self-concept is, what kind of habit do you have around anticipating pain versus pleasure? That's your self-concept. And that's why people tell you to work on it. Because in a blanket sense, whatever habit you have established is generally you are going to see from your manifesting. What kind of lived experience you are having shows you what kind of habits you have in place. What's your quality of life right now? Is it joyful? Are you living the life of your dreams? Or is it just mediocre? Are you just scraping by? Are things just ho-hum? Those come from your habits. What kind of habits do you have of rehearsing, visualizing certain scenarios in your mind, expecting them to go a certain way? Or are you going to expect better for yourself? Are you going to expect and anticipate and be the leader in the situation? Get really good at thinking about good outcomes, announcing good outcomes, declaring good outcomes. That's what we do. This is how we moved from the passenger seat to the driver's seat. Now, drilling down even more, when you ask me, well, how do we do this in a practical sense? Okay, well, what are our three faculties? We've got our attention, our story, and our habits. If we take a really hard look at ourselves and our results and where we are versus where we want to be, we realize, okay, I have some habits in place. I do anticipate worst case scenario. I do anticipate I'm not going to be chosen. I do anticipate that money's not going to show up for me. I anticipate all of this. This is a habit for me. What we're going to do is we're going to get into the habit loop and start to reprogram, start to become the leader. This is where in manifesting, it feels really good to know, like, I can just command something and it is true now, because however I align my attention, my story, and my habits, that's what I got. That's me. That is my manifestation capacity. So that's all I got to pay attention to, are those three things. So to become the leader in the connection, to start to command and say, this is how it's going. I'm standing firm in this reality. I can sense the presence of it, right? That's the desire. We feel the desire for something. We sense the presence of the potential for that reality. Now we need to go, as the leader, we need to go stand in it. We need to go stand in place in it. It's about being still, in place, in the right place, as opposed to that kind of passive stance we've been taking before, where we go stand in it for a couple of minutes while we visualize, and then we move back to the old reality and we sit back and we wait. And we wait and we look at our watch. Where is it? Is it here yet? We look, we wait, we look around. Like, it's not here because you're not in the right reality, because you've moved back into that passive role of waiting, of expecting a delay. We expect a delay where we could be the leader, command. All of those good, like, leadership, like, this is how it's going, period. Like, this is it, period. Doesn't matter how I feel. I'm going to go stand there and I'm going to stand still there. And whatever emotions come up, I don't care. They're not going to drag my attention away. They're not going to drag my attention away back into that old reality. I'm drawing a hard line in the sand. I am commanding. I am leading. I'm leading with my vision. This is what visionaries do. They see the vision. They believe in it so much. And they go stand in it. And then they beckon other people. Oh, yeah, you see it? Here it is. They build from the vision. You do the same thing. You have to do the same thing with everything that you want in life. You have to lead the charge. You have to be the cheese standing alone. The cheese stands alone because you're the big cheese. You're the big mama jama. You're the boss. You are the boss of your reality. So stop visiting it there once and then moving back into the old reality and waiting, because you don't have to do that anymore. You can go inhabit the reality where it is true now, because it is true now in imagination. And this is where we set up shop. This is where we establish our base camp for this adventure. This is where we're going to stay. We're going to stay. We're not going to go back to the old reality. We're going to let that go. The practical ways we do it, going back to our faculties, attention. We keep our attention on it's here and now. It's here and now. Any evidence that comes up that tells us the contrary, we're just like, yeah, whatever, that's behind us. We put it in the rearview mirror. Any emotions that come up that try and distract us away. Oh, but no, I got some bad news today that they didn't pick me at the job. No, they picked me. They picked me. Like, I'm already hired. They can't wait to give me a raise. It's done. Like, this is how it is now. There's a stillness in that, as opposed to the more passive wavering. This is where, when you feel yourself wavering back and forth, that's because you're not leading. If you're not leading, you're wavering. You're getting tossed about by the waves, by the winds, by whatever things pop up. And remember, when something pops up, that's just your old version that you're going up against. You're going up against, there is no 3D externally that is battling against you that you have to contend with. It is just your interpretations, your story, and your attention from that old version of you where you believed something different that you're going up against. And that version of you is very habituated. If you've been in it a long time, it's going to feel like this battle. But that's the only thing you have to overcome is you, the old version of you, the one who believed something different. That's the only thing you're going up against. That's the only thing you have to face. That's the only thing you have to overcome in this equation, is that coming up, that habit of, oh, but this old reality, but I see the evidence that nothing changed and it's not here yet. No, we're going to become the leader. Lead with the vision. Lead. Stand still on the vision. So keep our attention on the vision. Every time we think of it, every time our attention is captured about this thing, about this subject, about this person, about this situation, whatever it is that we want, the vision is the desire. We claim it. When people keep telling you to claim it, it's literally like, how do you claim something? You stake a claim. It's a standing still. It's a very grounded feeling, energy to it. I'm not one who talks about energy and vibration, but the vibe of that is much more, again, a permanency in a place. I like to talk about location. as opposed to this constant vacillating, this constant bopping around, beep, bop, bop, bop. That's more of the passive, it being influenced by whatever the changing winds are, whatever the changing evidence is, whatever the changing things on the outside, or the shifting sands of our emotions. Leading feels very stable. So stabilize yourself. And that stabilizes your process. It makes you feel, again, more grounded, more consistent, more like, yes, this is how it is. I'm going to declare this no matter what, whatever pops up. I'm going to declare this no matter what, because there is an isness in it already, because the reality exists already. Not to make something happen. This is, again, where a lot of people get stuck. Fake leadership, where we are doing things to try and achieve an outcome instead of doing things because that is the true reality right now. Because when I declare that it is so, and this is how it's going, and I'm describing it how I want it to be right here and now, that's how I'm creating that reality, is saying, this is what's true for me right now. I have the job. I have my person. I have the money. It's here. I have it because it exists in potential, and I am stepping into that potential. Not in order for it to occur. Not in order for it to occur, because again, that's where that servant energy comes back in, of that passive bebopping around where we can get shook. Commanding, rampaging during the day instead of just a few affirmations constantly every time that thing comes into our mind. Or more proactively, throughout the day, we are describing it instead of so many of these, again, these rehearsed thoughts of doom and gloom and sadness and negative emotion. Repurpose those thoughts, take them over, take control of the inner critic and say, he loves me. He is here with me. He absolutely adores me. Use it. Rampage throughout the day, not just for 10 minutes. Like, that's it. You rampage because that reality deserves those words, not in order to conjure a spell. We're not casting spells here. We're not saying it in order to evoke a feeling. We're not saying it in order to make something happen. We're saying it because we are leading that reality. We're leading with that reality. We are leading ourselves in the reality and aligning our words with, this is true and real for me right now. Keeping our attention on that place, on that base camp, in that reality of, this is how it is right now. And any contrary evidence, any contrary emotions, if I suddenly feel like, oh, I don't know if this is really true, I can't hit the feeling, doesn't matter. Align your inner conversation, your inner critic, your inner narrator. Have them describe it how it is now in your desired reality. Describe it as it is now, all the time. And just don't go against yourself. Don't flip-flop. Don't take 10 steps back into that old reality and revert to the old story, because you can just as easily describe the old reality as you can the new reality. That's how you got into the old reality, was you rehearsed it. You rehearsed it until it became real. And maybe you only did it once. Maybe you believed it once and then there it was. So there are different ways to lead. With belief, you can lead just by declaring it, by claiming it, by declaring it. This is how it is now. This is true and real for me now, period. Done. This is true and real for me now, period. This is true and now real for me now, period. That's it. No going back. No going back. Going back is easy. That habit has been established. You only have to put as much energy and effort into it until it habituates, until it becomes a habit to stay in this new place, to lead. Once it does, that's when your subconscious grabs it and externalizes it, and bam, it's there. But it's already there in your beingness. You're already being it, in aligning your language and aligning your attention, and in continuing to do it until you've aligned your habit and then your beingness. You've hit all three of the pings on the habit circle, and that's it. You're it. You're it. Whether it has shown itself in the 3D or not, like, you're it. You're there. You're in the place. It's inevitable. It's here. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. So I know this was helpful to you. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought. I'm happy to engage with you, and grab that free tool if you haven't already checked it out. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.